Hello. First things first, I really hope we're streaming. Yeah, we'll get premium later, whenever. There we go. Oh yes, we are live. I hope you can hear me and the audio is good. The audio sounds amazing. Hello. Okay. First things first, where are you guys? How is everyone? Shout out to the one person that showed up, man. I think most probably it's me. I'm the one that showed up to my own live stream. Oh, how wonderful, right? So first things first, we are leaning more into sell-side liquidity trading tag. This was sell-side cleared earlier in the session. We'll explain that. But we'll first dive into current price action, just tape read, and then we'll move into the specifics, right? So as we can see, we are basically rolling lower. We can anticipate lower prices just relative to these two equal lows here and that low there, and most probably as low as this. I do potentially see us going to this low probably in the day. I'm not sure, but I'm not really interested in going that far. So, or trading that far. So first things first, what my eye gravitates into is this inefficiency right here. Anyways, we'll dive into the specifics later. So if this is a beautiful place to show targeting just this sell side, this is my ultimate target. Let me be facetious today. Greetings from New York. What's up, my New York? I love New York, man. I can't freaking wait to one day go there. Like I swear, man. I want to see, what do they call these things? Those towers and all that. New York lights and stuff. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, shout out to see. Good to see you. Okay, so this is what we're looking for, and we're just gonna tape read. We're not gonna do too much, And I'm just gonna give you a lowdown on what I expect from you. I saw you were placing a few executions. I don't really want to see that. I don't want you to trade. I want this, like, I'm literally doing what I'm saying is the best path to profitability. So we are looking for this to get tagged, honestly, just to make it a bit more cleaner. Yeah, we are looking for sell side to get taxed with this pool of liquidity that was engineered in London session. So we already cleared highs and we're currently looking for lower prices, just so you know where we're at. So first things first, whenever you get to the chart, what we are looking for is the PM session silver bullet, just to see a beautiful shorting opportunity to this sell side liquidity. Currently the range is sitting at 54 handles, free money basically. You know what I'm saying? If you're catching a 20 handle execution, but you obviously what model we're using. First inefficiency post 12. So this is where trading gets beautiful. It gets interesting. Let's say you're too afraid to trade the first inefficiency post 12 a.m. It's okay. That fear can come. Oh man, post 12 p.m. my dog. Don't kill me, man. Don't kill me, my dogs. I hear you. I can hear you barking in the background. So anyway, so this is the first inefficiency post. So I want you to treat this the same way you'll treat this first inefficiency post 3 a.m., post 9 a.m., post 6 a.m. It's the same conceptual idea. It's just a different time. But it's actually the same time, but just a different delivery schedule. But that's a topic for another day. I don't want to go that deep, bro. Chill. So first of all, 2 a.m. opens, trades away from the first inefficiency post 12 a.m. and runs lower. So let's say you get into price and this is the previous hour, this is the previous hour, and this is the third and final hour. So that's what I always do. I look for the previous 3 hours. I don't need the rest. The rest is just not noise, but you don't really need it. So anyways, it opens, trades lower, books a high, takes out a deep buy side liquidity, almost two relative equal highs, and begins to displace lower. So this technically becomes a protected high. You can say that. I don't want to say the specific terms because I don't want to confuse you. So anyways, so this high becomes highly sensitive. You can remove these, because this was from the previous session when we were looking for buy side liquidity. We'll also read that if you guys want, but not if you guys want, but that'll be a different session. So anyways, free money, we're looking for sell side, by the way. So let's say this was the previous 3 hours, and this was all that existed on your chart. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. This was all that existed. Literally this. So, and this doesn't exist. Price opens, this is the first trading, trades higher, goes lower, does this, consolidates, and begins to basically trade into the first inefficiency post 12. And funny thing is, it comes at the end of the macro, so it becomes highly sensitive. Then what I would say you should do, or what I would do personally, this will be like a high that I don't want getting tagged. If it does get tagged, then I do see us trading into 50% of the stealing range right here. See this? This is what I'm currently looking at. And we can see at least one standard deviation of this. Let's say half a standard is a bit too much. We can see one standard, but let's not be greedy now. Let's not be greedy now. Let's see half a standard. That's our baby right there. This is when we have a million in the account. So we're chilling for now. For now, this is our target. This is where the money is. This is what we're looking to get. Anything else is a bonus. Anything else is literally a bonus. So what my brain does, what I'm looking at here, is first we've engineered the first kind of dealing range. We've traded into 25%. The first inefficiency post 12 o'clock prints within the lower end of the 12 a.m. inefficiency. So what my brain wants to see is at least us gravitate to these two relative equal lows. And that will be signs for most probably lower prices. I'm watching this inefficiency. It's very sensitive. As you can see, it opens and spools price higher. Technically, it can take out this high, which I wouldn't want to see. And if it does, it's a beautiful turtle soup, not a entry model just yet. So the goal of today is very simple. Like, you get into the charts and this is the first thing you see. This is literally the first thing you see. And you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where the market is going, and you're trying to get in sync with it. That the first thing I'll do is obviously mark a dealing range. And this is an hour's dealing range. It doesn't matter which one you're using. It's always relative to the observer, but preferably any hour. Preferably an hour that can engineer swing high, swing low. Then when you're watching the next hour, you look to see, does it engineer relative equal highs and relative equal lows? When it does that, that's your free money. That's literally you saying, I'm going to chase sell side. And let's say, for example, you get into the charts and you don't feel the longs, meaning you don't want to go long. You don't want to go short, and you want to find places to long. These inefficiencies are perfect for that, where you get 10 handle, 20 handle pops, but I wouldn't advise that in these market conditions, because these babies can run. And when you're looking, let's say, the first inefficiency post 12 a.m., you can use this as a potential step ladder for us to trade just above lunchtime macro swing high into 50%, then to potentially roll lower. You can also use the first dealing range to do that, but preferably now. So on any other given Sunday, personally, I wouldn't want it to chase the lunchtime high. It can, relative to how we react here, if we do see spooling above and then we see a side of support, we can chase those. Preferably, I don't want to see that, man. I want to just see it melt low and give us money. So notice how we're not even in a trade yet. We haven't executed. And also when you see me moving my cursor a lot, it's not a sign of nervousness. Technically it is. But let me... here. I'm still trying to get in sync. We only have 40 minutes with you guys, so I don't have much time. As much as I would like to, I don't have. I'm at the gym as always. Blessing from Italy. Shout out to you, my good sir. Finally, Astro, you know what I'm saying, bro? We're outside. I'm a bit fatigued today, It's a Friday. We gotta be chilling, and as we out here on the charts. Come on, guys. We gotta chill. We really gotta chill. So we already have I just want to move closer into the charts just for us to focus on this pool of price action. I don't see a need for us to really have that much if we already know what we're looking for. So we only need this hour, and obviously we're looking for the 3 AMR. So basically what we're trying to do here is we're trying to predict the high that will form between the 2 to 3 o'clock hour, chasing sell side liquidity. If we can't, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. You can catch the 3 to 4 o'clock hour, or this could be the potential lower day, and we just continue trading high and high and high, and that's okay. If that's the case, I'll watch the longs. I'm not really interested in participating in the longs. I don't want to in any shape, way, or form. So the next step ladder for price is this. So I'm literally watching once we trade above it. Do we come back, perform any support, form of support, and then chase that high? I won't participate in that execution in any shape or form, but I will make note of it. So preferably in my, like, I would love this to be the high where this just, we trade into it once, twice, and then we just continue to gravitate lower. That's what I prefer. Seeing heaviness here, it's ideal. That's really signs for high, lower prices. Other than that, it's just day out territory. But the only reason we will take out this high, this is lunchtime. People are chilling. It trades the next hour in engineers and another relative equal long. So I'll go on, mama. Jeez. No wrong, mom. They're cleaning out the trash. So it's literally 30 minutes before they close. So forgive me. So the reason you would see it gravitate to here, it's lunchtime. Lunchtime creates a range. The next hour creates a similar range, but it's inside the previous hour's range. So what does this hour do? To trade outside for external range liquidity, for it to target external range liquidity. So this in here is internal, within this hour, internal range liquidity. This in here, within the previous hour, literally this is internal range liquidity right there. So what is price doing? So you to remove all these. Apologies, just for us to get a sense of what's going on. This right here is internal range, right there, within this hour. Then outside that hour, it's this high here, this low here. Work with me. And that high over there. So that's your external range. If it takes those out, that's okay. And this is external from lunchtime. But now what have we done? We've taken out internal range. There's no fair value here. That's interesting for us to go short at. The only one that pops up is what? Let me show you, just so you get, you see, it's the first inefficiency post. So if we're to go lower in any shape or form, this would be the perfect place. But you want to see if it will continue to gravitate to that high. But then, in my opinion, I would anticipate this to be the swing high, and we should see it continue to melt lower. But if not, lunchtime high is your baby. So what I'll do is I'll mark that, and I wouldn't want the next minute to open and trade above it. If it does, that's signs of continuation. Then you should see this, which is the internal range liquidity play inversion for buy side liquidity right there. That's kind of what you'll see. Personally, I don't want to see that, man. I would love this to be the high for the hour, and then you roll lower. On any other given day, that will be it. But lunchtime highs are so close, man. Like, it's literally just 20 handles, bro. So I don't see why it wouldn't just like bump it one more time and then roll lower into the next hour. So that's literally the only reason I'll see take out that. So now, let's say, for example, you want to go long. This will be the perfect longing opportunity, right? We just stop right below this swing low there. And us, though, if we're too short, we're chasing that. So that's literally it. And then your target is just about there. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, that's kind of the game you play. But I'm not interested in the longs, I'm really not. Actually, I'm not interested in participating in them. We can tape read them, sure, but I'm really not interested in participating. My good sir, talk to me. It's that time of the day. You're late, my good sir. Jeez Louise, bro, you're late. 6 minutes late, bro. So now this is basically when you're studying the first inefficiency post anything, this is literally what you're doing. There's no need to go in depth and target like all the external range liquidities. No, that's just me being facetious. But just look at the current range you're in and notice where the sell side liquidity is, where the buy side liquidity is, and how is it going to use this to deliver to both ends. If it is going to do it in any shape or form, how do we do that? And if you're too scared to enter here, there's so much opportunity leading to that you can participate in. So you can literally just let it play without you. Don't feel anxious. You're not missing anything. That's kind of the problem here. And whenever you see us trade into it, your first impulse is to place a trade. Don't do that. Just do what I'm doing now. Just say what you expect to happen. Watch it either transfold or not transfold. And then you let it play its course. If you keep thinking that you need to be in an execution for you to be right, then you're in for a time of your life, bro. So I'll mark this as a potential just area of interest, because in my head I would love to see if that prints the high. If that does, that'll be a lovely day. But if you are participating along, I am watching this inefficiency. That swing low. There's also swing low here. It's a very tight stop. You're running a very tight ship here. So that's also cool. That's also a cool ship to run. That's only 16 handles, while this is 24. And if we're short here, which is like literally what I'm leaning more into, then stop will be just above lunchtime high. But then this is what? Lunchtime high. If this was a 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, that would have been better. Then I would have trusted it more. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it will deliver in any shape or form. And don't be scared to lean into your analysis. Like, don't be afraid to literally say what you think is going to happen. And the one thing about tape reading is you can re-listen to yourself and filter out the words you didn't want to hear. Like, or not you didn't want to hear, but let's say you didn't want to say or you didn't intend at that moment in time, And you're being honest with yourself. You're being true. You're not lying to anyone. You're not trying to prove that you're good. You're not trying to prove that you're bad. You're literally just putting your thoughts into the ether and you're letting it play in your direction. If it does, that's perfect. If it doesn't, you're learning. And you can't really predict. Let's say, for example, this does print the high for the hour. Isn't that cool when you watch this in hindsight and be like, wow, like he's literally using the same thing he's been preaching since January. But then I'm also giving you thesis, and I'm not, because I'm not a signal service here, but I'm giving you, if you were to think that you were wrong, what should it do instead? So if not this, then it will do that. If not that, then it will do this. So you always have if-then statements, but when you're executing, when you're trading, when you're pressing the button, you're leaning into only one. But you're not afraid to have those dialogues with yourself. I've realized us as executors, we're too afraid to have these dialogues and be wrong. We're afraid of that. And as long as we fear being wrong, we're never going to be profitable. We're never going to be. It's going to be impossible. So I won't lie to you, it's not as fast as I would like it to be. So this could be just a small retracement for it to literally push higher and bump these highs. Preferably no, of course. If you want to see it continue to melt lower, then using the first inefficiency post 12 as a quote-unquote resistance, where we've done two functions, traded into fair value and have cleared internal range liquidity. Those are the two things we have done. So what we're experiencing now is one of two things, either retracement or reversal. Why would we consider this a retracement? Let's say you had to remove everything from the chart. How do you remove everything in here? Remove all these and just have this fib from here to there. What's that? It's a retracement. Where does this half a standard deviation lead to? Right there. You see that? So if you're literally on the right side of the market, that's the model, that's the conceptual idea. It's literally it. But then if it's a reversal, it will just continue to melt lower, trade below 50%, and then chase these relative equal lows. So that's literally the algorithm. That's what it's doing. But then it's your foresight, your ability to basically say, this is what I see relative to this focal point in time, and whatever range we're dealing with, the external and the liquidities are basically the price. You might not be able to calculate it as in depth, where you have perfect alignment. That's actually a nice trade, I won't lie to you. But you won't always have that, so there's no need for that. There are times where all you need is liquidity and fair value. The technicals, you get into that after. But for now, just say your piece. Where do you think, whose money are you taking? I'm taking double bottom traders. That's all I'm doing. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing fancy. So you got to know whose money you're taking. Hello, my good Antonio in the building. 8 people. This is a party in here, bro. It's a party. I thought I was alone. I know I'm a bit fatigued today. I'm very fatigued. But the goal here is to tape read, not trade. Notice I'm not in anything, so I'm not anxious. I don't have, I wouldn't say two theses. I'm one-sided, meaning I'm bearish on the day. But I can read both sides of the narrative. And if I'm wrong, I know where I'm wrong and why. That's literally it. That's literally it. And you make reference to these every day because you're going to have those conversations with yourself. You're going to have those internal dialogues between the gambler, the trader, and the analyst. And you need to discern who's speaking when. In my opinion, now the analyst is speaking because there's no money involved. If I place a trade, it's the gambler. Sometimes, depending on how much leverage I have on. And then the trader is who I speak to you as your mentor, and I just literally tell you what's in my heart. That's trading. That's literally it. So as you know, we are leaning more into sell-side liquidity. It's the fact that we've taken external range. You want to see it not retrace, you want to see it reverse. How do you know it's a reversal? Displacement will come. That's how you know. If it doesn't, then the displacement will be in the opposite direction. It will come literally to buy side. So you wait for that. If you can't time it, and yeah. So we got 30 minutes, bro. They don't want me to talk to you. They don't want me to spill the sauce, fam. They don't want me to spill the sauce, bro. They know it's going to be a blah. But let's say you don't know what time it's going to displace. There are some people that do. But let's say you don't. And you're just waiting. Wait for it. It's going to come. But the only thing that will make you anxious is when you're in a trade. When you're in one, you're going to be shit anxious. Because you're looking to be right. So we would have, if you were long here, you would have been efficiently removed from the marketplace. Shorts are printing beautifully as expected. And I want you to notice from what I'll do in my journal, obviously when this seminar is finished, as soon as we took out that high, I told you I want this to be the high on any other given Sunday. To here, how many handles is that? 21. I'm done. I'm a 20 handle trader, you know me. I'm done. But anyways, it's not the point of the conversation. So you want from here to that is 18 handles. That's beautiful 18 handle execution with your 18 handle stop, no matter. Say you were to take the long instead, you would have been efficiently removed for 18 handles. You would have been efficiently removed for 18 handles. And that's okay. That gives you information. Do we displace lower? Or are we just meandering around basically? And if we displace lower, you're waiting for that. You're not rushing to jump back in, you're waiting for that. So you'll see it. For example, we've traded into fair value. We've traded lower, but there's no fair value yet. You wait for that one. That's the first inefficiency post. Trading into inefficiency, internal range liquidity, potentially targeting external. If not, it's just going to displace higher and we're going to target that. And it's okay. That's genuinely okay. And what's the last straw for the longs? All these down close candlesticks here. And also, as you needed to break 50% in trade law of this range. You needed to. See, we're in 50% now. You need to see it displace or engineer fair value here. You need to see that. If not, we are. And what would have happened is I've anticipated a retracement and not a reversal. And that happens always for me. And why does it always happen? Because that's my favorite model. I'm a turtle soup trader. I trade when we take out buy side liquidity, and we trade into fair value, and we target external range. So now every time I do that, I run risk of it being me catching a retracement. That's why I need to trade within a specific time window, because then within that time window, I'm expecting it to expand, right? Not consolidate, expand. And it will engineer fair value, an inefficiency for me to either go long or short that, depending on the model I'm using. What's internal side and greeting from Texas, man. I see the lows and I like the time. You're the chosen one, my good sir. You're the chosen one. And also, don't lie to yourself and lean into it going longs only. Like don't. I mean shorts only, like a displacement lower. That's just what you're anticipating. We're anticipating. But if it comes higher, I want you to watch what time it does that. And I want you to watch that same that minute interval tomorrow on every given hour and see if there will be a displacement. Like we'll see it. We'll see it. They can't hide it from us, you know. They literally can't. But when it does occur, I want you to literally mark that time and study it going forward. So be cognizant that you can get it wrong. Don't be facetious and say you're always right. But you have to have that ego. But it's always a balance. It's always a balance. So don't be afraid. But anyways, so what my brain is watching is from this, I'm watching this whole range from that high. Oh, geez Louise. Can I just remove this for now? My brain is watching this whole range here. I needed to trade below 50% of that. You see this inefficiency? Oh, nah. If we respect this, then we're off to the races here. It's going to be beautiful longs, within the next 5 to 10 minutes. But I'm watching these, and I wanted to play inversion. I don't want it to support price in any shape or form. This baby, yeah. So I don't want to really get into technicals, but that's what I'm watching. And then I'm also watching the large one here. This one. So this one, let's say you were too scared to go short here. You're too scared to go short or long or do anything. Wait for this one. Once you trade below it, touch it again. That's the only short I'll ever take here. Then you'll see me. I'll place the tape reading. That's what you do. I don't want to always do it at the highs because it will just, I don't think it's just me showing off. I don't think you'll learn anything from that. So you literally won't learn anything. And the reason I don't want to mark the liquidities of internals because I don't want to do that. It'll be too much of my freaking chart, bro. And it will stress me out. Howdy, Alfie. Cozy Bay, that is insanity. That is insanity, bro. I've been trying to do a one-on-one with her for like 6 years now. She doesn't want. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't think I'm good at this thing. Come on, Cozy. But anyways, holding short from 345. Don't do that, bro. Don't be in trades, bro. We had a tape read, fam. We had a tape read, bro. We had a tape read. If you're in a trade, bro, it's gonna be a long day for you. Jokes aside, though. The only reason I don't trust in execution just yet is because of lunchtime highs being right here. I don't see why they wouldn't tag them. I don't see why they wouldn't. So that's the only thing. So on any other given Sunday, you see this right there. If I was let's say I was looking for longs, this would be that. Then you don't want this low take. And so now what are we in? Let me give you pro tip now. So let's say I haven't executed anything, even though I would have been short if I was alone. But now we have a range. I don't want this low tagged. If we're going to see higher prices, I don't want to see this high tagged if I want to see lower prices. So this becomes the dealing range. I study, and whatever fair value we have or we form within these two, if we do form one inside it, I'm going to go short or long relative to that. If we break that low, whatever fair value we have, I'm going to go targeting that. So you see how when the first inefficiency post any hour forms, you can just study as the minutes tick by. You're not in a trade. You're just basically analyzing as it ticks. You adjusting. You are you are getting in sync with the algorithm. That's basically what we're freaking doing here. We're getting in sync with the algorithm. And we're looking for when that unexpected event is, it's always unexpected. But you're just waiting for a displacement. And once that displacement comes, you have clear conviction on this is whose money I'm taking and why. If you don't have that, you're going to be trading blind. And every minor fluctuation, every minor retracement, every minor this, that will make you literally change your whole thesis, change your whole analysis. Like when we got here, I told you for a fact that we're looking for shorts. Regardless of how high we go, okay, obviously if it goes like a million handles higher, then that don't come, that don't come, dog. So that's literally it, man. Of course, man. Like that's my favorite one, the first inefficiency post 3 a.m. That's literally my favorite one. My second favorite is this one that I'm teaching now, 12 p.m. Because that's the lunchtime macro. Look at this, right? Let's say, for example, me and you were working at 9 to 5, and our lunch was between 12 to 3. I mean, 12 to 1. Jeez, that would be nice. 12 to 3 lunch, that would be amazing. But 12 to 1. And within that hour, we go and eat, we chat, we smoke, break, or whatever. We just do anything other than work. If that's the case, don't you think that the algorithm, for example, if we take that analogy and put it into price, people who are really dead ass serious about this game, bankers, people who are literally, they eat, sleep, breathe this, don't you think they'll hide it in the, let's look, it's basically the most obvious place, but they'll just hide it in plain sight? Like literally lunchtime. No one looks at that because we're not there. We're eating lunch. So why don't you put an inefficiency there that literally dictates whether we go higher or lower, calling either the low of day or the higher day? Isn't that's how I kind of think of it. I hope I'm explaining it. I don't think I am, in my opinion, but that's how I think of it. Like they're literally hiding it in plain sight. Then the third one is the last hour of trading one. That's perfect because it's literally the last hour of trading. And the 6 a.m. one is, I think, the one that milks the most money. That one, that really, like in terms of range, like you can squeeze that one, bro. Then the one in Asia, I don't like. I don't like the one in Asia. That's not my baby. I don't like the one in Asia, no lie. But I do love the 6 p.m. one. That one is like free money, bro. That one every day, every week. With the first, when we have a gap, whoa, it's free money, bro. Every day, every week, we don't stop. It's free money, bro. So that's basically. So here's the rates low are you expecting, and from there to here, what I'll do is I'll mark. What's the handles? It's beautiful, 33 handles. So that's a beautiful short. And if I was long, I would have beneficially removed. But look at when the displacement comes. Isn't that like that's kind of that's the lesson right there. And now you want to see if it creates fair value. If it does, that's the first one you go short at. If you're too afraid, it's okay. Wait for it to use this as an inversion. But you keep studying. That's all you do. We're not in a trade. We're not excited. We're not anxious. We don't care. We literally don't care. And it's boring. It really is. Like I'm just chilling here and we're just watching these things print. I ain't making no money from this. It's ridiculous. I'm making actually technically relative to how much student paid me. I'm making $1 per video. Actually, it's $3.33 per video I make. If I make the intended 100 videos, I do intend to release this year, which is going to be difficult, but it's going to be easy when I start live streaming every day. So I'm just waiting for my schedule in real life to align with my schedule in the financial markets, and then we in it for the freaking money. So anyways, so let's say you were too afraid to do all these, you're too afraid to say this is the high and you don't want it tagged, and then whatever, don't matter. Let's say you got it long and you got it, don't matter. This is the first inefficiency. What I would do, literally tape reading. You say, you do this, and I'll have this. This is my first area of engagement. I don't want to say entry, bro, because then it will be clearly a signal, and then we ended it right. And then obviously my stop will be preferably above this right there, but let's be predictive. So from here to there, we mark. It will be a full 21 handle, 24 handle stop. Not bad. It's horrible actually. Bad performance, jokes. Okay. So you watch that from here to there. You want to see, does it trade into this fair value and does it make an attempt for that? You know our target. This is where that eyeball at, bro. I don't even want to do that. But this is the bread and butter. That's where the money is. That's basically where the money is. And if you're wrong, then this is a turtle soup. So, and it's okay. You'll get efficiently removed. And you should have waited for that. That's literally what price would, or what I would have told myself. So now we're in short. You mark the time. What time did it execute in? 14:44. You mark that. Personally, I would just write it down, but you literally mark your entry time. So from here, how long will it take to hit your TP? How long will it take to hit your stop loss? That's it. How long? That's it. Now you're done. Now you submit everything to the financial market. You have tape read. You have been patient. You have predicted the high of the hour. Isn't that cool? Like man, I always rewatch my own videos and I'm like, this boy, like I sound cool, bro. Like I really sound cool. Like I know what I'm talking about, even though we know I don't. But literally, you caught the higher hour, and if you're wrong, it's okay. And even if you're wrong, you literally milked over 41 handles. So also you watch when it trades back into it again. Is that a beautiful entry long? I mean short again. I would have loved that. Would you pyramid? No pyramid entries. You don't. Based on how can you pyramid a tape reading session? How? How? You can't. It's impossible. And also, let's say for example your short is wrong. Like I want you to study reasons for why the same level you went short in will be an inversion for a long. But we'll study that after if we do get efficiently removed, which I highly doubt we will. No, you know Cozy V, man. Like, I love this game, bro. I love this game, Cozy V, bro. Like, I love trading, man. I think the more I get in tune with being with you guys, anyone actually, don't matter. It will just make me open up more to literally my thought processes, my how I overcome losing executions, how I overcome being wrong, and how patient I am. You know, like we ain't getting paid here, bro. We're getting paid $3.33 per video just to give you. You know, every time I see a 20 handle trade, shut up, bro. We know. Though. You see, they're telling us the club is closing in 15 minutes. Like we freaking know, bro. Like they're acting like we've never been to a gym club before, bro. Like what the hell is going on, bro? Anyways, they literally won't want me to. They don't want the source being dropped, bro. They can feel it from 3 decades away. That and also please free money, man. That's where we at. We're at free moneyville, bro. But they don't want me to spill the source, dog. They know. They know, bro. And also you wanna see from here, point of entry, can you milk 20 handles? Where's 20 handles here? Dog, it's literally by those lows, so you can just hold it, bro. You can just, but you want to see, does it do that? So, and this is a negative hour trade. I don't want to hear you all saying negative hour don't make money. This is where we're risking 24 to make 21. But also, if you're being facetious, 28. And then if you're going for sell side, that's 45. And then you know where the money is. It's over. If you know, you know, bro. If you know, you know. I don't want to say much, bro. I don't want to say much, bro. But anyway, so we have our 2 areas of engagement. I would have gone short here. Personally, I would have pyramided here if I was already in that short. I would have pyramided here as well. Like God knows. But then you can't be telling people entry models, bro. Come on, it's 2026, bro. It's 2026. Cozy B, man, I freaking love you, bro. Like when it comes to executing. And also notice where we're posing in that same inefficiency, which you want to play inversion. Let's say you're too afraid to short here. It's okay, watch it, because you could be wrong. But anyways, So you want to see, and also because we respect the 50%, but you want to see there's that plain version. And that's your first area for shorts. You don't need to catch it at the high. You don't need to catch it at the second or the first inefficiency. You need to get 20 handles and get the fuck out of here. That's what you need to do. And I've already made a decision with the model. Not I'm going to teach, but how I'm going to teach. You know, I've made peace with it. Just one video a week, one shot, one kill. We're going to destroy this marketplace, bro. 100 handles every single time. Jokes, jeez Louise, give you false expectations, bro. 20 handles every time. That I can print that on my asshole. Jokes, excuse my French. What are we about to enter the macro? So when a displacement happens here, it's either you're wrong or you're not wrong or right, but you get efficiently removed, it goes in your favor. Pick one, struggle. So we'll go back into we already know that the high is 21 or potentially. We go to the whole clock. We've traded lower, high, take out internal range, not external, internal range. That inefficiency here, this puppy, I would go short there, I would smack it. But you don't want us going above this puppy and treating it as anything or support or whatever. If we consolidate within this favor, then what the hell are we doing here, Houston? We need to get the F out of here, bro. This market is about to waste our freaking time. Even the gyms be switching off the lights and stuff, telling me it's 10 minutes left. They don't want it. They don't want it to displace to that south side. They don't want me to say I told you so. They wanted to not even happen at all, bro. They're hating on me. I'm telling you, we'll print 100 every day. Every day. Every week I can print 100 handles. But I can actually print 200. I prefer that. But this market is crazy though. Because it's ridiculous, bro. You can literally get 300 handles if you play it safe. Not safe if you really just wait. You can literally milk that. So now you can see the market is it's getting. Would you have entered short here? You ask yourself, would that be an ideal short? But now we're getting into the juicy time. Now we want to see the next minute do something. You know what I'm saying? It should do something. We don't know what it's going to do though. Maybe it's going to displace lower. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe the next 10 minutes we only want to see lower prices. We don't know. You get the universe knows. So you want to see a displacement in one direction, preferably lower. If we do displace higher, then I'm going to throw my laptop out the window and most probably unsubscribe to my gym membership because why? Yeah. Then you know where our stop is. Our stop is 24 handles above. If we do trade there, even if we trade to 10 handles up close to my stop loss of 15, what are we doing up there? What are we doing? We should ask the financial market. Why aren't we taking out those relative equal lows? And usually it's because it's going to do that in the last hour or in Asia when trading is already finished. That's the part that used to eat me alive. That part right there where we have such beautiful lows. But that inefficiency, that one right there, that supports price it's like you'd swear what do they call this? World fund, that world government fund or whatever that brings money is sitting there and just doesn't want those two lows taken. So yeah, anyways. But yeah, that's literally the gist of it. So we are trading back into fair value. Then you want to see the displacement that forms within this time. You want to study that. The displacement that will form between this time and that time right there. You want to study it. Not because run to the highs. Rickster. That's okay. Rix is I can't wait to freaking come to your baby shower tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna be there, so it's gonna be fun, man. And also I want to do this live with you as well. I did send you a DM there. I just want to talk to you over live price section. I feel like there's a lot in store this year. I'm outside, bro. I'm outside, I literally got a new place. I got a new office, I'm literally in a different area. I moved from the south to the north. So it's a different atmosphere this side, it's really different. It's really, really different. And I kind of love it, it got me live streaming, bro, imagine. See, that's your problem. You already want to execute, Rex. That's your problem, bro. That's your problem. We need to chill, bro. We're not executing nothing, bro. Yeah, we literally just watching price. We got 7 minutes before the gym closes, so I can't really do anything. This is ridiculous, bro. Pisses me off. But we're in short already. We got short at exactly 14:44. That's when we did it. Anything else is we don't know what the hell is going on right now. Like what's happening right now is in Jesus' hands. You get what I'm saying? We already did what we had to do. So this is the first inefficiency. If your longs are valid, this will be respected. And then you'll see the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes heading into three. That's it. If not, then you know what's gonna happen. Sellers in the building, bro. Where the bears at, bro? Where the bears at? They say the bears are jumping out the fucking window. Bulls are using the stairs, fam. Bulls are tired, bro. Your broker is closed. Yes, thank you. Oh, my bad. Yeah, this is US 100. Yeah, no, my boy can't afford NQ. You can't afford a $7. Man, these people, man, okay, as a trader, first of all, if you can't afford basic premium, you shouldn't, I mean, like basic data, you shouldn't be engaging, bro. Like, you genuinely shouldn't. Just shouldn't. Just, unless you're in a country that doesn't allow it, then that only uses this, then that's okay. That's okay. That's literally okay. That's a different story. Man, my brain wants to short here so bad. But I'm chilling. My hands are off the button. My hands are off. No, send it higher, bro. Where's your stop loss? I'm taking your money, dog. Where your stop loss at? I'm taking your money, bro. Telling you on it still now, bro. It's your money or my money, bro. Got 5 minutes left before the gym closes. Damn, bro. This. We're gonna do a small review video tomorrow. Actually, I might. It depends, because I'm pissed off that I thought the gym closed at 1:30 today. So I literally thought I had an hour and 30 minutes with you guys. Even if I didn't have an hour and 30 minutes, I knew I at least had an hour. Then when I get here, they say the gym is closing 30 minutes earlier, and I'm like, oh, but I promised I would live stream, and we're gonna watch it play as it goes. When I close these laptop and we go home, we're running those lows. I'm actually closing it because I know I'm taking your sell side money. That's the only reason I'm closing my laptop. It's not because the gym is closing. Like, would pay them to open it. You know what I'm saying? Pay them to keep it open for the next hour. Rent the whole shit for the next hour, bro. Jokes. Don't take me seriously, you guys. But yeah. Your stop is at that swing low 243. That's the money we're taking, bro. Free money. Where the free money at? 1243. I'm just being facetious, guys. Don't take me seriously, though. Free money or clock, bro. So it's either we're taking that free money or we're taking mine. Mine is obviously, my stop is right here above 1228. So I vote this is free money or clock. For those that say join the bandwagon. For those who don't, you know what 3 a.m. will do? 3 a.m. is just gonna run, bro. 3 a.m. is gonna run. So, anyways, that's basically it. Can't believe 3 minutes. I think they'll come and chase me. So sadly, I have to love and leave all of you. And Rix is literally my best student. If you guys didn't know, like he's the fucking beast. He's a bit too stiff, very stiff. But other than that, he's the most disciplined person I know. Very hardworking. Too hardworking, I think. Needs to rest a bit. But yeah, very, 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 very hardworking person. More than you would imagine. More than me, actually. I would genuinely say that. Maybe it's because of the age difference, I'm not sure. But as I grow older, hopefully, like I literally want to become like him. He doesn't know, bro. Like when I'm older, I want to treat my life the way he does. I want to be adventurous. As if I'm not already, but you know what I mean. I really look up to him. I think he's taking care of himself, his body, his mind, It's just that trading is a different ball game. You know, trading needs you to feel your way into it. But he's a thinker, very, very, very good thinker. You know, but in trading, you gotta press against a few feelings. You know, you gotta do a few things. But anyways, before this gym actually ends up kicking me out, and I swear it feels like it's gonna displace at 0 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So imagine I literally close my stream and we displace. So that'll be the worst. That'll be the worst. That will genuinely hurt my feelings. What's 3 a.m., bro? Win the power. That's what I'm saying, bro. Power hour is gonna either send it lower, which is what this. That's where the money is, bro. Why is it sending it higher, bro? If it's sending it higher, it's obviously to lunch high, and this market is might as well freaking sign out for my gym membership, bro, and shit. Rick's taking your money. Real talk though, real talk, bro. We'll see though. We're still in the game, bro. We haven't died yet, bro. Chill. Nah, suck my dick, bro. That's that shit. Let me not excuse my French. I don't think Rick should have come here, bro, because he came here to take my money, bro. That's disrespectful, my dog. That's disrespectful, bro. That's disrespectful, fam. You can't come into people's lives and all you do is taking people's money, bro. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful, bro. And this is why he's literally my best student, fam. But it's a bit too stiff, bro. So, personally, in my opinion, I'll take this as an L. I did expect it to at least start displacing lower at 251, but notice from 251 it displaced in one direction, and I'm wrong. So take my L, walk away. Beautiful session. Then we'll dive into, obviously the gym is closed, but we'll dive into how we can analyze this and how, when we got it wrong, why. It's pretty evident, bro. But Freeman Ricks, and I freaking hate you. But jump on the call. I'm gonna speak to you now. Oh my goodness. Anyways, thank you guys so much for blessing with your ears, and I'll see you again same time, same place, hopefully next time.